Hello and welcome to Hobz' Solo Self-Found. Today is a cool day. We're gonna go take a look at Chardock B, but before we do that, I did win the challenge for killing or for getting the rage bringer. Right? I talked about that in like pretty much episode 1. And that was something we were working towards the entire time, which was a 40 EOM challenge from Gribbles Miniatures. So he's the guy on the Hero's Journey Discord who gave that challenge. So we have 40 EOM now, and we're going to use that to buy a bag. Donation Merchant. The belt pouches. I like this one better to start with. There we go. These are 30 EOM each. And obviously, you know, I'm getting a bag, right? Just it's a matter of, you know, I said I could buy EOM at the very beginning of this, and there we are. There we go. So I can take some of these items, and I should be able to throw them in there. Nope, cannot. I have to manually resort them all, I guess. So Chardock B is where we're headed, and this zone is absolutely crazy. The mobs are hard. Like this isn't for this character. This isn't pull 30 mobs and be like, hey, this is fun. This is definitely, you know, more of a challenge. But the mobs die just as fast as Chardock, and they yield quite a bit of experience. 14 to 16% AA per kill, so we can destroy that one, and there we go. Alright, so the way that bag works, right, you put the stuff in, you go over to the jewel crafting or whatever guy, and he's like, oh, I'll buy all your junk. You just click sell all, and it all sells instantly. It's beautiful, it's perfect, it's great. Alright, let's go back to Chardock B. I'm already there. You get into Chardock B by going into it from Chardock through, there's a little lever you click right next to the waterfall, and you zone in over here. There's a waypoint and an echo in the zone too, so it's very nice. But you can see here I've already cleared some of this stuff. Like, see, these mobs are all red, right? But let's just attack this one. So let's mallow him, curse him, and he's dead. And you can see there, I think that was 15%, give or take, right? It's always variable because every mob's a different level. But it is it's a fantastic little spot. You can see here we're up to 376 AA. Now, a lot of people suggested this to me. I was in there's a Soul Self-Found section of the official Discord, and a guy, see if I can scroll up and find his name. Mr. Domino recommended it. And then my friends that I play with in my guild, No Man Fights Alone, they all suggested it because that's what they did in the original time they went through it. Because they went through Kunark, you know, when it was, you know, actual content, and I did not. I started in, I think, early Luckland or late Velius, I can't remember. So I missed out on some of this older stuff and progressing through it because I blew through the content so fast with the pet build that it was just kind of, you know, pointless to go waste my time anywhere but Dragon Necropolis. So definitely, like, see, just one-shotting these things with Assassinate is beautiful. And these little swarm pets are so crazy. We could actually level up to, let's go ahead and do that. Let's level up to 50. Let's go all the way. I'm going to go ahead and level to 55. That's where I'm going to stop, and then we'll go kill the dragons in the following videos. There's 4 dragons to kill. Talendor. Let's see here. Talendor, Gornair, and Severus, and Trakenon. All of them. We'll do separate videos on each of those because I might have issues with some of them. We're going to do them at 55, so we can stay at 55 when we go into Velius and into BP. One, to give it a little bit more challenge. I just don't think I can have, like, I don't know how VP is gonna go. You can't get their key for free unless you unlock Velius, right? Because that's you get it for unlocking it, right? There we go, 52. And so I can't just like go in there. I don't want to do. I'm not gonna do the key. It's a lot of work. But we'll do that. We'll go in there. We'll give it a shot. We'll give VP an honest shot. We'll do that in one video. And you know, what I'll probably do in that video is I'll clear like the trash so we don't have to deal with that, and then we can just run from name to name. I think that would probably be the best way to do that. Well, I guess we don't have to clear all the trash as a rogue, right? We can just clear what's needed, right? And we'll do that, and then kill the names together, and that'll go real quick because we can just sneak through everything and all that. But this stuff that drops here, right? Like, I'm getting all kinds of loot in my bag, right? Like, this assassin belt sells for 38 platinum, donates for like 5,000 tribute or some nonsense like that. Everything in this zone is extremely high tribute. It's insanely crazy. You also get some of the normal Chardock loot, like the established shielding and the battle shield here. I've actually got a legendary one. So you get some of that, you know, original Chardock loot. Gear-wise, I did upgrade to a earring Sarnak of the Station. That is one of the items that I got to drop while I was in other Chardock. It dropped at legendary status, so I put it on immediately. And then I also got an ivory imbued collar, which is a shaman-only necklace, but it had some nice stats there. So I went ahead and put that on. And I don't know if I talked about these, but I did get these dark scaled sleeves in Chardock. Mostly wearing them for the resists. So I can start working on resist gear and stuff like that for the dragons. I feel like it's gonna kind of be necessary. At least like my cold is so low that I'm actually a little concerned about cold. So that's something that we'll have to either deal with, because we'll get slowed. Now, being slowed is not the end of the world. At least for this build, right? Like, our damage is not coming from this. Our damage comes from poisons. Let's see. I think it was Gornair has like 340 poison resist. So, with my poison stuff, right? We'll get it to proc here in a second. So this guy will just auto attack him. When they proc, we'll get poison resist reduction, right? So this one here lowers poison resist by 150, and then this one here by another 100, right? These are unresistible. They will land on the dragon. It's just a matter of procking them on the dragon, right? And so that's, you know, 250 off the bat, right? So that is nice. And then on top of that, I did pick up the Mallow AA. We're gonna cast it here in a second as soon as I find a mob. Where are we at? Let's see here. Let's go this way. Here's a mob. So here's Mallow. The highest Mallow that we can cast is the one that will cast. And it's unresistible, but it's 75. 75 to that, so a good chunk of that resist, you know, poison is gonna drop off. So I'm kind of excited that I might be able to land some spells on there. We're also gonna probably try Inruk. Now he's the Velius version of Inruk, and from what I understand, he's been updated again at Planes of Power, but that was to fix a bug, I believe. So he was hard, right? But I think at 55, you know, I'm spending all my AA right now into combat agility, combat stability, and we'll do natural durability and a few other things before we get there, right? Like, we're gonna get 55 and go from there, right? That's get a few more AA, And then I'm ready to go. I'm ready to kill dragons. It's not too many AA to go. I think I'm only going to go probably like 8 to 10 in those. Now I'm not going to fully max those out until Velius, because we should be fine until then. If we need more AA along the way, like if we get to Gornair and she beats us to death, you know, violently, we'll have to reevaluate our lives and add some more AA. Alright, that is everything there. I can go down here. I like to stay inside. You can go out here and like kill like Chardock and stuff, but I can't backstab but assassinate those. So it's like, why bother? Just stay in here, and then if like I don't have any mobs up, you know, I just hide and AFK and come back when they are all up. Kind of rinse and repeat. Now, one of the problems I've run into in this zone is if I'm like right on this zone wall, right? If I stand like right on that zone wall, I could possibly aggro that crap over there. I don't know how that how it all gets, you know, into play. I don't know the distances and anything like that. I just know I've died twice to me being too close to a wall, and the mobs on the other side have come and just plop me. And it's like 20-30 mobs that are running at me. And this build, in all honesty, cannot handle that many mobs at this point in time. What the hell is this? I think I walked in on something here. All right. All right, we're getting them all. So like 5 mobs, a little bit harder. We're gonna rabid bear. Like these are all red mobs. These are, I think, in the 58 to 59, possibly, you know, closer to 60. I know we came here in one of my other videos for live, and it was a disappointment at the time because like the mobs are not, you know, they're not crazy good experience on live, but here, because we're so low level, definitely more, you know, better experience. Plus we're getting AAs, which on live I always auto grant, right? I don't even bother with AAs, because even after all the auto granting, you're still gonna have to get, you know, 40,000 AAs on your own. So I just take it. It's free, you take it. There we go. And luckily we can assassinate most of these, so they kind of go kind of quick when we're dealing with this many mobs. But it's it can be dicey at times. All right, let's see here. We got that cleared. There's a few mobs down there. I think this is where I spawned in at. And the, you know, like the assassinate really helps out with some of this stuff. You know, just knocks it all down as quick as possible. But definitely a fun zone. I'm glad it was recommended to me. There we go. So we got a legendary egg. Let's open that up. And we got a frozen egg of stamina. Alright, so we can put that right there. That's another 130 hit points and 4 stamina. Still not stamina locked yet. Or are we stamina locked? Yeah, we are stamina capped. So that is nice. That means we got as much as much hit points as we're gonna get out of that for now until we start doing planar power. Now there are quests here, but I have no idea like what the rewards are or anything like that. So I'm not gonna talk about those, but there are quest mobs. There's one there. He wants 4 pieces of a staff, which is this staff of suffering right here. I haven't got any other pieces of it at this point in time, so it is what it is. There we go. Tribal war boots. You know, some of the random drops are the same things from other Chardock, so you're not missing out on those items being here. So they all tribute for a lot. And like maybe I'll show that when we hit 55. What level are we now? 53. Now, I need to figure out how to buy spells. Like, I know I can go to FV or over there, but since I'm a gnome, I'm not 100% sure if I can go to either of those. Because there's no... I think I can go to over there. I think that's going to be the play for spells. It should be anyway. As a gnome plus a Shadow Knight. But I'm not 100% sure how that's going to actually play out. I just had no interest in trying to find level 51 spells. It was just, I saw nothing on the vendor and I was just like, you know what, I'll wait and see. And I think at 52 there's some good ones and maybe 53, but I'm going for 55, so we'll deal with spells then. I believe that'll also give us the new shaman pet. We did already find that one, so it'll be good to have there. I'm probably going to have to clear jugs a few times to get a lot of the spells. That's a, you know, Sibyllus has a lot of juggernauts at the bottom, and they have a high chance of dropping spells. So that's probably where I'm going to be spending a lot of time once I hit 55 and start my spell finding journey. But you know, not much really to do in, you know, besides get spells for a lot of this stuff. All right, we cleared this entire area out. Let's go to the other side over here. Now this takes you to like outside. I'm hidden. Never mind. So you can kind of like see, you know, the different guys. Con this guy. I don't know if he's like a named or not. I don't think he is. So I'm just gonna leave him. I think he's just a guy that exists. Let's see here, Envenom Breath. Perfect. I wanted to show another room that is, yeah, he's indifferent. I want to show another room that is really good experience. This one right here. But the mobs are rough. They're like the raid guards to the raid, right? There's a Coral Crust raid. I can see him. If I could just come up here, they can't see me. And he spawns like right here, right? He's like a raid boss when you do the non-respawning zone. But these guys, fairly good experience, right? We're at 2% AA right now, 36% real experience. Let's see what we end up with here. I was actually going to invest in the AA slow for these guys because they're that bad, right? Like it's you can see there I'm getting resisted on some of my spells, and we didn't even get Envenom Bolt on there. There we go. I don't know what level these things are, but they're pretty rough. I got killed by one of them one-on-one combat. See there, 40, so like 4%. That can't be right. 4%? Is that where we are? It's way more experience. But yeah. They take a little bit longer to kill, and I don't think I've assassinated any of these ones. So they must be greater than level 64, or I just didn't buy all of anatomy. Which I didn't buy the final rank of anatomy, so 62 would be the highest I can assassinate right now. But just killing these guys is pretty good, you know. Through here, since I got killed, I have increased my tanking AA a lot since then, so it could just be I was pretty low, but you can see there they're hitting for 193, 215. Luckily we have like Touch of the Curse healing me for 906, and I'm constantly healing. I healed myself for 800 there. Another 906 heal. Like there's a lot of stuff going on, so it's pretty nice. I'd like to have another window where I could separate the heals and the non-damage, but Yeah, I don't know if they drop any loot or anything. This guy did not want to come. There we go. But you can see they're rougher. They are definitely in the category of harder mobs. And that's why I typically stay down in this area. Once it all respawns, we'll go back down there. And just, you know, just going room to room to room, killing stuff. It's not too bad. You get, you know, decent AAs. Right now we're getting real experience, so it's not too bad. I think, you know, Dragon Necropolis in Velius is probably the place to go if you can go there until you're 65, I would say. But you know, this is pretty good Kunark spot. This is probably the best Kunark spot I've found. Now, I did not test the experience down at Jugs, but speaking from experience of doing it on like 3 characters, there's not enough mobs at the Jugs and the Shrooms to keep most builds happy, right? Like my Bard build was able to grab every single mob down there and kill it all at once, including the Jugs, including Dragon. Like it's kind of crazy how the Bard adds a lot of defense to it, but this build can't really AoE, can't really tank a lot at the moment. I think later on, you know, we'll get a little stronger with some of this stuff because, you know, we are going to be able to do a lot of that stuff with the sustain we get from the Shadow Knight and kill every boss in the game, no problem. So just a matter of getting there. Like our spell damage is currently 103, our heal is 164, and I still haven't figured out the the relation between heal amount and how life taps work. I don't think heal amount affects life taps. I think it's just the spell damage, which is still pretty nice. You can see there we're starting to get chunked by this guy, 380s and stuff like that. Pretty hard hits. Let's heal ourselves here with Stoicism. And alright, we'll go ahead and pull this guy. And come on. There we go. And we'll throw... Oh, he resisted. Oh, joy. There we go. That one's down. Let me see here. All my buffs are still good. Leveling up also means we will get a new poison. So the current poison is not 44,300 normally. I think 2100 is probably the normal poison. So the new one at 55 should be a bit better. We'll see though. 336. Ooh, it's hard. And all they drop are dumb words. But we're 64% in now. Alright, let's hoppity hop back where we were. Let's see here. Did I still have it on me. Alright, I got a zombie wand for turning my pets into zombie bunnies. Now, one of the wands for changing rabbits, it doesn't work. It turns them into humans, which I think they're gonna fix in the next patch that they do. But I thought that was kind of funny. I've gotten 3 different bunny wands so far. One of them actually turns them into bunnies. One of them turns into humans, and I don't know what the human one does. I mean, the zombie one does, because I haven't resummoned my pets. They just die so much. They're so low level, especially the Shadow Knight pet. He's just like absolutely terrible in most cases. It's just sad. But I'm hoping, because at 65, the Shadow Knight gets the 49 Necro pet, right? The 49 Necro pet is the same pet you get from the Dragon Tooth, right? So if you kind of think about it, right, I can summon my Shadow Knight pet. I can summon my shaman pet, plus I can use a dragon tooth for extra DPS. And I think that might be kind of a cool thing to do. We'll try it out. We'll turn them all into bunnies, run around with 3 bunnies and whatnot. It'll be kind of funny. But I just don't know how well that is, you know, those pets are going to survive, right? So you can see there we got aggro from, like, who knows where. Alright, we're going to draw bear, guard. Oh my god, I don't think we're going to survive this one. Oh, we have the jelly beans. We can click these. Stupid jelly beans. There we go. Matter of killing all these guys. Now, I think these are all live ones, so I should be able to land an assassin. Oh, we got another one here. Not too bad. But bear form is probably the best cooldown we have. It's with reductions, it's 7 minutes. I don't know if there's any other upgrades I can get for it. I didn't really spend a lot of time looking because I'm focused on other things. Yeah, there's 2 more tiers of rabid bear we can get, and this one feels pretty strong. So that'll be nice, I think, when we get to it. The cool thing about rabid bear is it increases our dex cap a lot, which increases our procs, right? Doesn't increase our dexterity, unfortunately. Our heroic dexterity. If it did, it would be insane. Because I would love to have a little bit more heroic dexterity for assassinate. Because it would... At 100 heroic dexterity, you have a 100% chance to assassinate, right? So that is just insanely crazy. So we're gonna try. Our goal is to get 750 spell damage, 750 heal amount, and then 100 heroic dexterity on top of all that. I think it's possible. I haven't looked at what like the builds, you know, best in slot show, but I personally want it that way because I like to go farm, and we're gonna be farming a lot of stuff self out, right? And if I have 100% chance to assassinate everything under level 64, I'm gonna be having a nice day, right? It's gonna speed up a lot of things. Obviously, you can't assassinate raid mobs because they're gonna be higher than 64, but definitely gonna be nice. Like some of these are yellow now at 54, which we just hit, so that's good. So we're gonna get 1 more level. I'm gonna then lock my level at 55, and then we're gonna try to complete the rest of Kunark at 55 over the next few videos. Now, I'm gonna break them all up because I get a lot of comments. People, you know, they don't like long videos, right? I'm obviously very verbose in my videos, right? This one's already 29 minutes long, and we're gonna stay here for the next, you know, 90% of experience, whatever we need, right? But on those raid kills, we're gonna, you know, distill those down to shorter videos. Just with, you know, we're gonna go kill Venril Saphir because I need the legs. We're gonna kill Trakanon, Gorn, all of those dragons, plus any other mini boss. I have not killed the King and Queen of Chardock yet, and I feel like that would be kind of a fun one. We haven't done that, so we'll do a Chardock video. And we need to go kill Inaruk. I think we'll be able to kill him, or at least get really close. We'll see. So we're gonna try Inaruk, and we're gonna try playing a Sky again. I don't know if I made a lot of videos, and I don't remember if I recorded this character's. Recorded and edited and uploaded at this point this character's failed attempts at Sky and his failed attempts at Inaruk. I don't know if I did anything with those or if I just deleted them, but we're gonna try all that before we unlock or before we go to Velius, right? Like Velius is gonna get unlocked regardless. because of all the mobs we're gonna be killing. So it's gonna be fun. Trying it all self-found and stuff like that. Oh my god, just lovely. I don't know what these glimmering gems are. I keep getting them. It says the first gem. This one says the first gem. That's the first gem. They're all the first gem. So I'm assuming the gems are part of a quest. I don't think there is ever a second one. Yeah, I'll see one, so. Haven't found it yet, and I've been here a while. I'm not gonna really worry about the quests, just because we're gonna blow by this so quick. But yeah, so this is a phenomenal spot here. Now they're starting to turn yellow at 54. I think at 55. I think more of them are gonna be yellow, and that, that's putting them in the upper 50s to the level 60 range, I would say. So they're really nice mobs for the era. Maybe I'll come back at like 60 and see how good the experience is. Maybe I can like face tank half the zone at that point. You never know. I think with the way we're gonna do Velius, right? I've decided I'm gonna be a dragon lover for the amount of time it takes to get all of the quest items from Dozakar that we need, right? And then we are going to kill the dragons. I think that is going to be the best bet for us because, one, the quest items are guaranteed legendary, right? Like I do the quest for the silver bracelet of speed, I get the legendary silver bracelet of speed, and it's going to save us a lot of time on leveling up items and stuff, because you can see my bag is full of stuff I gotta level up to be legendary, and I haven't done it yet because I'm leveling up these dumb eggs, and they're never gonna get leveled until the egg event ends, probably, and then we can reevaluate. But it's more important to me right now to level up eggs because they're dropping Augs that are good, right? Like the attack Aug is the Aug that drops from VP, right? From all the dragons there. So that's pretty nice. The other Aug, which one here? I think it's in my boots. No. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I don't know where the flawless egg of deafness comes from. I don't know what that one is. It's called Rituals. It's the one from Nadox. We shouldn't go there. I don't even know where I put it. Do I even have it still? Did I put it in a ring? There it is. The Abominable Rituals. That one comes from Cryptonautics, from the trash there. And that one's pretty easy to obtain. They're just rare, right? So those are kind of the Aug we want is our filler Aug, because it's spell damage. So that'll be something we need to farm up some of. But these eggs are, giving us about the same thing. So it's kind of, better for our money. All right, let's pop this stuff just so we don't die here with 70% left in the level. There we go. Drop some dots. Now, what's really cool is, like, I haven't put a lot of points into the dot AAs yet, right? It's something I need to do. I just haven't done it. But the clickable epic for the shaman is literally, it literally lets me cast what you call it here, right? It lets me get critical dots with it. It's so nice. And it's mana free, so it's another nice thing about it. I kind of hold off on the mana dots because the things are dying like randomly fast. And I think on raid mobs, like I feel like it's a little bit better. Or maybe some experienced mobs are going to give, you know, a little bit more hit points that I can't assassinate. I think when we get to like, what is it? Planes of Power, we're going to run into like a lot more of that, like high HP trash mobs that we're going to have to kill as we go through there. And we're going to be doing the entirety of Planes of Power again, obviously with this guy since he is on a different account. And I kind of have a better kind of flow for it, right? Like I did a lot of it pre with the pet build when I did it with the paladin, but now I can kind of see where I can skip things and go straight to it and not waste time. Like I can go into like certain zones and just pre-farm all the stuff and then be ready for it, and that'll save a lot of time. But we shouldn't really have any issues getting to that point. The paladin build didn't have any issues either, so I don't think progression will be too hard. I'm kind of worried about like Agnar and stuff like that. The Agnar video got a lot of feedback about people who had a hard time there. And when I did the video, like I literally left the fight, meted up, came back and killed him. Like, I don't know if that still works. So, you know, this might be a challenge for this build. But then again, it might not be a challenge for this build. You might just be like, whatever. He can face tank it because he is a Shadow Knight. And there's a lot of self-healing here. And I don't even have all the self-healing I could have by the time I get to Planes of Power. Right? Like 750 spell damage. This guy is going to be healing for every time he life taps at least 750. So that's kind of crazy, right? If you think about it, I could put the level 8 or whatever it is life tap on. It'll hit for 8, 10 damage or whatever it is, but it'll do 750 damage through spell damage, right? All right, we got a Bow of Glory. What is this? Oh, we're in bear form. We can't see that one. We'll look at it later. All right, what are we at here? Let's go up this way. Oh my god, really? I hate this. I'm so used to IS Boxer and the way it controls the client. And the raw dogging the client is absolutely terrible at most times. It is just so painful. Just so painful when it comes to things. It just crashes nonstop. I don't know. Just unpleasant. All right. Let's see here. Let's go straight and not through to those other guys. Wow. Well, actually, let's kill these guys because I feel like they're good experience. We have 62. Let's see where this guy puts us. 62. The hell opened that door? Oh, there's a ghost right there. Surprised he didn't add. Let's get a life tap. Jeez. I wish the life taps got affected by spell haste a little bit more. I mean, it's only like 0.5 off there. Feels like such a long cast compared to like live where the life taps are instant. 62 to 64. So these are worth 2% per kill. These are not really worth my time. They take too long, so we'll skip them. Let's get this guy. Now there is another hallway here that's worth going down. Let me see where I can find it. It's over here? No. Yeah, over here, I think. While we're waiting for that other stuff to respawn. So, okay, we're at 66. What is this guy gonna give us? $67. So, definitely getting gypped on those guys up there. They're good AA experience, though, so I don't know why their normal experience is not so great. I think we can kill this guy. I think he's a roaming named. Go. 69. 71. It drops the Ring of the Walking Dead. Terrible ring. That guy's a quest mob, so we don't have to kill him. Let's see here. Where are we at? Oh yeah, let's go back over there, because that is just a better place to be, in all honesty. You can zone out right down there if you're looking for a way to get out of the zone from here. Can zone there, but it takes you back to the zone in of this area, like outside, which can be problematic. Like if you're trying to get to your friends, right? you're gonna have a bad day if you have to try to get back here and you don't have double invis or whatever. All right, let's just kill these three. I think that's why I'm kind of liking the rogue a lot, is because I miss double invis from live, right? Like bard, double invis. Nothing sees you. Just it's a more pleasant experience in life, especially when you're boxing. And you know, rogue here has it, so definitely fun. But I think I'm going to continue this series, right? So I've kind of called it Hobz' Soul Self-Found for two reasons. I think like I'm eventually going to be done with the series here, and then I think I'm going to continue it on live with personas on Hobz, like I've always been talking about. And you know, I got to come up with a rule set for live Coronavirus Self-Found. There's you know, all kinds of things I could do, but I gotta figure it out. Brittle Arms Legendary. Alright, what are these? Holy crap. Look at that AC. That is just dirty. That is dirty AC. 44 AC, 35 hit points, 10 attack, 2 HP regen. They're too good not to wear. I mean, like, that's just crooked. Absolutely crooked. You know, we lose a little bit of resist, but look at that chain. Look at this guy. He's just a dapper little gnome. I'm having a blast as a gnome. Like, it's just so much fun. Let's see here. But I'm thinking about doing that, you know, continuing self-found stuff on live with just one character. Seeing how far we can take each class. Minus Shadow Knight, because he already has a Shadow Knight. Maybe Paladin too, because I think he's already a Paladin. But things like that, I think that's kind of where I want to go with the content there. Once we finish up all of the stuff in progression for all the rest of the stuff with the boxing group, like finish all that up and then just slow roll some solo self-found. I think that's gonna be calm and chill. Different, you know, different style progression on live, because you can't you don't have the same, you know, mechanics here. So I think it'll be interesting. I know I did Tawani all the way up to like 100 and something, and then I kind of gave up, and I regret that because I figured out how to go further. I figured it out eventually how to go further with her when I made the monk under now, and I regret it. But, here we are. Let's see here. Let's get some poison dots. Now, for some reason, I think I can activate AAs while I'm casting spells. It feels like it. I haven't been able to fully see the process, right? Like, here, let's do this. I'm going to cast Stoicism, and never mind. Never mind. All right, we'll find another mob and try this. Let's go down here. Let's get this guy. All right, so I'm going to cast Stoicism, right? It's a long spell, and then I'm going to hit Mallow. And it worked. And I still Stoicism myself. How crazy cool is that? How broken is that? That I can activate AAs while I'm casting spells. What can I do? I can mana burn while casting spells. Interesting, eh? Interesting. Let's see here. We got 2 in here. Where is this room? Yeah, this is that room that we started in. All right, 92%. Perfect. This is almost a full circle to where we started and where we're gonna end. Oh my gosh! Oh, isn't that a beautiful little thing? All right, let's go over here. Mallow, 94%. And most of the zone is still red, so we'll see what they are when we level up. Should be in like the next few mobs. We're missing a global buff. Power. We're missing the power global buff. I don't know. Guess that one did get refreshed. So 96. So I guess it'd be 98. We're getting like 2% experience per, which isn't, I mean, I don't think that's too bad. I think DN is better, but I think fire is better than all of that, so just depends. All right, 98. This guy should ding us. Go there. And 55. All right, let's hide. Let's throw that to 90. Well, let's go all the way to 100%. Now, it's like half and half yellow, red now. So, I would say 50 is probably still the... 50, 51 is still probably the best spot for level for coming here, probably. There we go. Just kill a few more of these. Get back in this final room here. I guess these bunnies are going to screw that up. %. Not sure what the AA percentage was on that guy. I wasn't paying that close attention, but 30 to... What percent will it be? Come on. 42. So that's 12% AA per yellow. I'm guessing a little bit more for this red guy here. There we go. Triple attack got better. Nice. 57. So not too shabby. But there we go. We are now level 55. And we're ready to probably get ready to do dragons. And that'll probably be like the next episode. We'll go try Kalendor. Give him a shot. Yeah, we'll start with Kalendor. If that goes successful, we'll do Sev. Or we'll do Venreal Sathir, right? We'll see which one I decide to go to first, but we got a bunch to go, and we'll get those all knocked out. But thank you very much for watching, and please have a fantastic day.